All right, okay, something new for today, bringing you massive value in every way I can think of. So, give thanks every time, life, health, and strength. Doing the right thing, getting better every day, offer more value. Value is the key. Don't focus on the money, and you get to where you want to be. So, another day, another flow, getting to where I want to go. And as I'm seeing it, as I make more progress, more money, more problems. Even though the money, I am still at zero, but I will get there, soon enough before I know it. But yeah, the obstacles coming through, so I know I'm onto something new. That's good, and that's a good sign. Whenever I refresh my mind and I come back to something feeling good, and I know that the obstacles start coming through, I know that means I'm onto something. So that means I got to keep going. Just keep going, keep flowing. It's like the universe sees me getting to a new level, so they put tests in my path to see if I can handle them, so that I can basically prove that I'm ready for these next blessings and this more of this abundance, so that I can run this the right way and not go astray. So hopefully you get some value off of what I have to say, and I'm gonna get into what I gotta do for today, which is gonna be the first thing I see is updating some new features, and just get into it right now. Get into it, and I'm checking out, making sure the streams are good, like I should at the start. So gonna have another tool on the free tier for Stackivate, and looks like I'm good. Strategies are coming through, so can bring new information to you. There we go. All right, so let's see. I got it on the right screen, and here we go. All right, ready to get this started. So if there's any questions you have about what it's going to be for the first feature that I implement, let me know. Otherwise, I guess I'm ready to go. I think you're right on that. Proposal description mentioned the comparison to a 0.03% alternative, and that suggests the comparison framing tends to produce the bigger wow output. That's the way I want to go. It's a good time to compact the conversation from the start. So, the context right for the whole stream. Do it one time, and the rest will be clean. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Wishing abundance and blessings to everybody. And go ahead and like and comment if you would. If you could have something new to say, that'd be cool. Any advice? You know, I got that marketing and business background, so anything specifically with that, feel free to ask. All right, so basically the conversation just compacted. All right. This one I gotta do this. The conversation just compacted. And now it's not showing me the response. So let's go and give me the response so that I can start building this feature. I've got Claude Code open in the VS Code terminal. This one's going to be max effort plan mode in Claude Code. It's caramelizing and cooking. Coming through with something new. Another day, another way to provide value to get this through and what I do. Bringing through something new with investing flow, investing tools. Investing, though, I think is cool because it teaches you about yourself. Like, know yourself in this universe. Know yourself. You are the universe. You are everything, and you are powerful beyond what you can imagine. So when you become more powerful and you become aware of that, then you can apply it to anything. And in this case, I'm trying to help people apply that to making your money work for you. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm showing you how. And I'm building the marketing system to go with it. So this feature that I'm building, I was fulfilling the idea from the marketing system, content that I already got. And I really like working on these marketing systems a lot. So I'm going to keep building them, get them dialed in, make it easier to win, and, you know, just keep going. Might seem slow in the beginning, but I mean, that's really the way like a sustainable business works. A lot of times, you know, success, that fast money success can come quick, but that's really not what I'm with. I'm about doing the sustainable. I'm about dominating the niche. I'm about doing something that's going to last long term. And even though it might crawl along slow like worm, but I just stand firm, you know, and do my best to have no fear, have no doubts. It's really what it's about. So when I rhyme at the right time, I just let my mind unwind and all the words come to me, and what I see is really just abundance. And I'm helping everybody understand that they can run this in their own unique way. That's what I say. And making these systems for marketing, and I'll build systems on top of them. And, you know, I won't drop them. I'll just keep making them better, getting them all wired up together. Like birds of a feather that flock together. Boy, that's another thing. So, trying to make it that love and peace and joy is all I bring. Nobody's perfect, but, you know, just get it on better as I go. And I just gotta keep doing what's good, like I would on a different day. And forgive everyone the same way who has something negative to say or do against me, because I can't let that change me. I can't let it stop me. And just give thanks for life. Give thanks for health and strength. Give thanks for money in the bank. Give thanks for blessing and abundance. Give thanks for everything every time. Just keep on working on something that's going to increase my mind and my mental capacities. And then I can let my mind wander. Kind of unload like a node in Claude Code. All my knowledge. Things that I didn't learn in a college. Soon setting up the Obsidian to help me along my way. So reading the plan, seeing how it looks, and then letting Claude cook. It's good to me. And just so you know, this content is for everybody. This is for everybody. No matter what people think. I know I'm on the brink of something great, so definitely don't want to hate. I've dealt with a lot. Had issues in the past where I haven't kept my cool. But you know, that's like the line, is like, gotta stay focused on your vision and on your mission. And it's like if someone's bringing me some bad energy and trying to stop me, you know, what can I do? Just try to forgive them and pass on through to the next level without doing something that would slow me down. So anyways, you know, I'm just like going off, trying to stay focused on business, but a lot on my mind, so just gotta recline on that and keep on building. Work is the key to be where I want to be, and just keep on creating so I can help everybody. And situations might seem like it's stacked against you, but don't let that stop you, because you know the Most High will never give us anything that we can't bear. Even though it seems like a lot, sometimes I just keep on moving through. Okay, build and verified, awesome. I got something new left in the working tree for review. Just gotta start the dev server. Start the dev server. Alright, here's the new one. So There we go. It's working. So far, so good. 0.03 gap should be effectively 0. Okay. Still 0. There we go. Right. Everything looks good with the calculator itself. The gap is always 0 at 3%, no matter what amount I tried. And tried different expense ratios, and I wasn't doing the math like outside the calculator, but I mean, it looks pretty accurate. So I attached a screenshot so you can look at everything else. For as far as the text goes, I think it looks pretty good to me. Let me know what you see. So it looks like Claude thinks there's a bug from the screenshot. I don't see it, but I'm gonna investigate. See what it finds. What's up, C Films? Respect every time, give thanks. Good to see you here again. And that's awesome to hear you're doing good. Just working as I should, and hopefully you had a good weekend. And everything else is good too. So let me know if you do have any questions or comments, and definitely do my best to give you the best possible advice. And how's your marketing going? Have you tried anything new? Any new results? Any new updates? So it looks like even before I gave it this prompt, Claude is doing a playwright test. That's awesome. I didn't even have to ask it. I wonder why it's just doing that without me asking. All right, so player I didn't find any errors. I'm gonna give it this prompt to see if there's any errors. And what is up, Codematic? Respect every time. Welcome to the chat. And today I'm implementing some new features into Stackivate. Feature ideas that I got from building out this marketing dashboard. Part of my marketing dashboard is giving me information on what my target market wants to see and where they want to be. So then I can use that to create new features. And it's like a loop. So, you know, first big app that I'm building out, launched the MVP, stackivate.com. Link should be in the description if you want to check it out, or you can just Google it. Without a doubt, it'll be there. So, let's see. Oh, you work in paid media. That's awesome. So you have a marketing background. And I guess what is your, like what kind of paid media is it? Like billboards, commercials, online, like paid ads, paid marketing? Oh, digital, okay. That's cool. So I'd say the one area that I want to know more about is paid ads. I've ran a few paid ad campaigns, and surprisingly, the first ones I did worked out really well. So definitely want to get better with that. But what I'm doing, kind of my strategy, is just testing out social first, get a good read on what's working, and then apply those to paid ads. This is a new product, so but it's good to have other marketers here. Have you are you a developer too, or is that something new? Is that something you're trying to get into, where you can build something out and apply your marketing knowledge? So that's I think the way to go right there. And looking at C-Films, you improved some data visualizations yesterday for the C-Films website by making the height of the graphs be generated by the database, so you don't have to manually update the heights. That's awesome. So basically, sounds like all you have to do is, like, you know, update the database, and then the graph will automatically update whenever you do that. And I'm guessing most likely the database is updated when information is put in, so that like just saves you kind of like 2 steps right there. And I'm not sure, like I'll have to check out your site. I can check it out and give you some feedback on how like what I see. I know you guys see films, but I'm not sure. If you want to let me know like where to go on the site to see the visualizations, I would definitely check it out and let you know what I think. I'll Google see films right now and see if I see it. All right, let's see. It's on the Seattle Athletes. Okay, let's see. All right, so real quick, I don't really see anything new. Is this the right page right here? Because this is kind of what I remember from last time. But it looks like you're talking about there's the height of the graphs, but I don't really see a graph, unless you're talking about just like this information. It looks like it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's arranged by sport. That's cool. Click on the link at the top. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Seattle is a beautiful place, especially this time of year. I'll go back, okay. Didn't see anything. Click on the Seattle data visualization link at top. Okay. Oh, cool. Not bad. Only one golfer. Yeah, I guess Seattle's probably got too much rain for golf courses. Probably not the best place for golfing. But definitely basketball. Basketball is an indoor sport. Football and basketball, I feel like it makes sense. The most basketball players. They need to get an NBA team again, I think. Miss the Sonics. So back onto the code. Let's see what I see. It says the math is correct. What program did you use to do that that database for the design? So Claude didn't catch the bug, but Claude Code didn't catch the bug, but Claude caught it just from doing a review. That's something new. I'm not used to this. Okay, here's what to do. How to refresh the page. ER3. Expense ratio 3, amount 10,000, 30 years, 47,307. So the bug was a stale browser state. Code is good, ship it. Awesome. So it wasn't actually a bug. It was just on the browser side. It sounds like the browser was stale. I just needed to refresh it. But that's something new. At least I learned. I didn't really understand that. So looking at the chat, is the info on Stackivate placeholder or real case studies and stuff? The placeholder. So essentially, there's like different info, and in the free tier, which was what you would be like using, I guess. It's it's not so much case studies. Like this info is like correct. Like this is like kind of a calculator. This was info that I found from researching my target market, and I found patterns where multiple conversations, they were confused about how this particular expense ratio cost worked in this particular situation. So because of that, I made a tool in the free tier to where like if they were, looking for this exact question on Google, then it's here. Or if I were to, have conversations in the future with them and they bring this up, then I can tell them like, hey, just check this out. I've got an actual calculator where you can check this out for yourself so it can clear up any confusion. And then this is just kind of like another, I guess, channel to bring in people in through like the funnel. And it's all about free investment education, with the paid tier being having an automatic journal and a coach, so you can know yourself, get better over time, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and get better at developing your own investing strategy that is not one size fits all, that works for a particular person in their particular mindset. So everything is about just improvement and getting better in the process of making the best free tier. I feel like one big part about marketing is called upping the free tier. That's just like one way people say it, but essentially providing more free value than any other like competitor or similar tool that's out there. So the C Films website has a MariaDB database. I've never heard of that one. Okay. The graph uses that database: SQL, PHP, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Okay. So, have you tried? I would recommend trying out Google Stitch is the free one, because I know Claude Design is paid. But I would say take that graph and put it in Google Stitch, give it some screenshots, and just see what it says. Tell it what you're trying to do, and I think that might help you. But it sounds like you've done everything else with, like, you know, SEO for the new graph site, stuff like that. All right, so this is looking good for this one. So I guess this looks good for this tool. So give me a prompt so I can do a commit for here, and then we'll do the next tool. And I think it's like too early to push right now, so let's do some more tools and commit first. The commit is in, ready for the prompt for tool 5. Tool 5, no, tool 5. Oh yeah, and I think that's part of what I was confused, because you're talking about the Stack8 placeholder, but it's Stackivate, so it's like stack, like activate combined, so it's like activate the stack. And when I do dictation, it reads it as stack of 8. when I'm using the Windows dictation. When I have it, I believe I have it programmed in for WhisperFlow, but WhisperFlow does not seem to want to work with Claude Code very well. And Claude Code is a superior LLM for doing what I'm doing. So I just gotta work with what I got and catch it when it does that and do the manual update. But I'm getting better working with the new Claude Code 4.7, Opus 4.7, or not Code, but I guess it's Claude Code 2, but Opus 4.7 with the LLM, and I've had to work with it. Definitely a lot of changes. At first I didn't really like it, but I've talked to it about doing the things that I didn't like, and now it's I think I like it a lot better. Here goes the next Claude Code plan mode, max effort. Do I want mixed matrix is canonical or verification is canonical? I think it's mixed, but I'm going to verify this one. Verify the verification option. I'm gonna go do some research while this is cooking. I was talking to somebody in the chat, and they were talking about they're using Maria database or MariaDB database. This is new to me. Can you explain to me what this database is and how it's different from other databases? Maria database as the rebel cousin of MySQL. So in 2009, Oracle bought Sun Microsystems and MySQL. The original creator of MySQL didn't want the database to become a corporate-only product, so he forked the code and named the new version Maria database after his other daughter. 2026, it has evolved from being just a copy into a powerhouse that many developers prefer over MySQL. Interesting. So I see that it's a fork of MySQL that resulted from being bought out by Oracle. And I see. Maria is managed by a non-profit foundation. MySQL is owned by Oracle. I see. So the price for Maria is 100% free and open source. MySQL has a free community version, but the best features are locked in the paid enterprise version. Interesting. The speed, Maria is often faster for complex queries and massive connections, where MySQL is highly optimized for standard web reads and writes. The vibe, more experimental and feature-rich, where MySQL is very stable, industry standard, safe choice. Wonder why they're saying it's safer. Think more experimental. Maybe relates to more risk, but that is interesting. It looks like it's working fine for your site. So, all right, looks like this is done. Check it out. Okay, and these are all the same response for all three of these, so that's an issue. So another competitor to MariaDB is PostgreSQL. And is Postgres the same thing as... Oh no, MySQL and Postgres are different. Okay, that's right. I've definitely looked into Postgres before, but I'm kind of rusty on how it's different. But that's what I want to look into next time Claude gets cooking. And for right now, 2-year plus savings. Okay. So 5 years seems to be like mixed. Okay, the default for 5-year no matter what, maybe. I see. Okay. So then 2-year plus grow is mismatched. Yep. 5-year plus goal is mixed. That's the default. 10-year plus safe. Mismatch. Grow should be investing. Then any plus not sure is going to be need clarity. Not clear yet. That makes sense. I'll just take a screenshot and show it to Claude. Make sure it's got the disclaimer on the bottom in the screenshot so it knows. Alright, so everything looks good based on the test you gave me. I thought something was maybe wrong at first because I tried, it was like the default to 5 years, and I tried all the different options and they all had the same answer except for not sure yet. But then that makes sense. It's like 5 years is kind of like, I don't know, I guess an area where it doesn't really matter that much. But I'm going to attach a screenshot of what I see for the 10-year, and let me know what you think based off what I told you and what you see on the screenshot. So one of the most, looking at the chat, one of the most used NoSQL database is Mongo database. I've heard of that one, haven't looked into it too much. That's a NoSQL document database that stores data in a flexible JSON-like format. Interesting. Ah, bless me, bless you, bless everybody too. Thank you. Bless up every time. Yeah, I'm feeling the springtime allergies, but just saw my brother yesterday and they're hitting him way worse than me, so could always be worse. Just give thanks for health and strength every time. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. I knew the JS was JavaScript, but I never looked into the object notation part. And I've been using JSON for so many different things. So thank you for that. That's definitely helped me understand this better. Reading renders correctly. And I guess the main question I have for you is like, why did you choose Maria database instead of the other ones? Was it mainly because of its the nonprofit aspect, that it's free? Or it sounds like the main competitor is you probably have to get a paid tier to do what you're doing. Let's do that fix and let's do a same sublabel on both. I feel like more information is better, especially when it's not that much info to add to it. BRB. So you took a database class and they taught you Maria database. Class is where you started the C Films database. the first two databases you learned about were Maria and Access. I see. So that was more just, here's the first one you knew about. That makes sense. Guessing they taught you that one because it was free, but that's just like a guess. That's awesome. I feel like this is kind of like my class is building live and getting education from everybody in the chat. So thanks for that. Respect. And oh, just open up and Playwright, doing a test. But I'm definitely learning quick. All right, so what was I asking about this before to Gemini? Never mind, it's already done. All right. All right, everything looks good with that. Let me get commit prompt, and then I will push it. DB, database, I knew that one. SQL, structured query language. I remember reading that before, but I forgot it. RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. GUI, yep, I know that one. Graphical User Interface. And this is really good. This is like coming through at the perfect time, because when I do get this, you know, like I have a single database for Stackivate for the app, and then the database that I'm building with the marketing platform is just in that app. So then I'll build like the next business system on top of that, and then I will link them all up to like a central database. that will be the one that's shared with the main project. So it is definitely the right time for me to start understanding the database stuff much better. The main thing I know about database right now is what's it called? The main security thing. The main security stuff, enabling don't remember what it's called. I think it starts with an R. But that's the main reason that I went with the database that I went with, because it included that. From what I understand, a lot of other databases, you've got to kind of like build your own security with it. So to be more secure, knowing the database is super important with the site I have that keeps user info. And then it's also encrypted, so the only thing I really see is like the email address, and I'd need that just for marketing, for email marketing, and that's definitely going to be a major part of the CRM dashboard that I think I'll be building next. Hello, Anna. Welcome back to the chat. Good to see you every time. Hope you're doing good. Did you try out the get yourself started on working with your first agent? Did you get the VS Code and then try out one of the free options and just giving it some prompts and maybe even build something? That would be cool. Let me know if you did. If you got any questions about anything else, help you get set up right. All right, so both of them are pushed, and let's see. All right, they're both pushed, but the main thing that I'm thinking about before I move on is basically like to access those, it seems like I have to like manually put in the URL. So there's not like a tab for it yet. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but if I am wrong, or I mean, if there's not a tab for it yet, I would like to build a tab if you think that that is something I can do now. Just so like anybody can access it. I think it was like a tools tab or something. So right now there's only tabs for the two tools on the menu. And there's like 4 or 5 tools now. So I want to get a tool. I want to convert this into like a one menu item for like a tools tab. And that should be pretty easy. So JS, JavaScript, I knew that. TS, TypeScript. Yup, I've just started learning about TypeScript. PHP, I didn't know this one. Hypertext. Preprocessor, but used to stand for personal homepage. PY, Python. Yep, I'm building my I did my personal brand marketing dashboard in next.js, and I'm doing this Stackivate app dashboard with Python. And definitely Python sounds like it's better for storing more data and having more information, you know, processes going. But it's also like I wanted to try out different tools for different databases. So then, you know, as I'm building out multiple databases, I get a better idea of like how they work. And I like Python, but it's just like an extra step every time I start the dev server. that I don't have to do with next.js. But I mean, that's not a big deal. So if it works better for that project, then it's totally worth it. All right. So, alright, yeah, it's not there yet. This is a good catch that I made. And after this works, I just have to make sure that it organizes them right and that the 2 existing menu items are put over there into the tools. Welcome to the chat, Helcon. Respect every time. Thank you. Good luck to you too in everything you do. And you know the blessings and abundance will be shining through. If you didn't know, I've got more of a business and marketing background and just learning the vibe coding and agentic orchestration and dev and coding and all that stuff. So especially if you have any kind of like business or marketing questions, feel free to ask. And I always like hearing, you know, what people are working on, what kind of projects they're building. And it's cool just to view too. But yeah, definitely good to see someone new. So respect to you, respect due. And is saying you wanted to try. Oh, that's right. You were going to try that when you were done with your exam. I remember that now. That's awesome. So yeah, it's good to see your. Sounds like you're dedicated to understanding this and building something, and definitely in the right place. Because you know, I'm probably just probably about 3 months ahead of where you're at. So you're getting more of like a beginner view on what you got to do, where you know, more advanced stuff is going to be probably more difficult for you to understand. Okay, verified. It looks like this should be done now, so I'll go to the project, check this out, make sure I did the tools. Don't see it. It's like it updated some of those, but alright, screenshot time. So it was supposed to build right here like a tools, like these two are both tools, and I just did 2 more tools, but they're not showing up here. So I want to, like, you know, by the time I get like 10 or 20 tools, this is going to be like way too long of a list. So I want all the tools to be on one tab. I can click it and then they can navigate. And I know that menu for the tools is already there. It's just not linked up through the menu on the dashboard here. AKA, this is called a hamburger menu. Because when it's not open, like this sidebar goes away and there's like the 3 lines. So that's a hamburger menu. Oh, that's why. That was just the investigation to find out if it was there. Okay. No wonder. So it wasn't supposed to build it yet. HTML is a structure of a website. Okay. CSS is the design and the style of a website. I knew that. I didn't understand like the detail of HTML. JavaScript is the interactivity of a website. I see. And like I remember learning all these things when I first started and just going through them, but it didn't, you know, all of it didn't stick. And now that I'm actually like building the stuff out, thank you for running this by, because hearing this stuff again is definitely making way more sense now that I have like the background of like actually using these tools to build stuff. Right, nav order is right. So I have not run that prompt yet, but I'm kind of confused on what you're saying. Basically, it sounds like you're saying that it would like break the workflow or something like that. But you know, the main thing I'm wondering is like if someone were to come on this site, it already shows like the two, I guess, icons for the two tools in the menu, like I showed in the screenshot, but then like the other tools aren't there. So I'm wondering, like, you know, if someone's on the site and they want to see a list of all the tools, it seems to me like it would be really difficult for them to know they would even exist. And right now the only way they'd find them was like if they were kind of like Googling for these specific tools and they found them that way. So help me understand why you and Claude Code think that this is not something I should do to just like, you know, make it simple and make one tools option in the sidebar menu that can link to like a menu of tools. And then basically like my other question about wouldn't it be difficult for people to find these? So I gotta stand up. Sitting down too long. See the confusion. Claude thought I was talking about a different menu. I was talking about the navigation menu. They were talking about a different menu, so looks like I'm making progress getting to do what I wanted to do. 2 birds. Okay, want to write the prompt? Yes, I do. Guess it doesn't matter to me if it's a separate commit or bundled with the marketing nav commit. I do want you to write the prompt, whatever you think would be easier. Man. Got allergies. Didn't used to. Now it's like I got a lot of allergies. It kind of drains me of my energy. I'm trying to stay away from the pollen. Gotta get the air filter going. But last year I wasn't knowing what was going on. It's like, what is it? Well, why do I keep sneezing? Like, I've been up like in the mountains doing like, did like 2 months in a row, like almost snoring every day in the mountains, and like my whole nasal was so clear, and I was like just feeling so healthy. And then came back to the Midwest, and I was just like sneezing, and I was like, what is going on? After doing some research, people were saying it's probably allergies, and it's like, I don't know, but now it's coming back this year. But anyway, all right, here's the next prompt. Bless up the prompt. Bless up everybody watching and whatever you do. Peace and abundance sent to you. Do some more research. So this makes sense with advantages to that Maria database. Once you get to like 10,000 people, if they were all to use your site at once, which could see films get into that point if it's not already. Maria database has that part for free for thread pooling, which stops the database from what is called choking, from like having too much kind of like, I guess, would queries be the right word at one time? Handles massive traffic spikes without crashing. Let's see. Thinking it's 3. I gotta make sure. So I think what I want to do is option 3. Not 100% sure, but it's basically where all 4 tools will be there, because right now it's showing 2 tools in the menu. So instead of showing those 2 tools, it'll just say tools. And then when you click that, then it'll show all 4 tools that we have. So no, it should not be 3, because then that also sends the Investor's Edge and Time Machine to tools. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I already know. I don't even need to wait. Now I see it better. Makes sense. I was just reading it wrong. And then Maria database has more engines. Engines are like gears in a car. Maria comes with extra gears for specific tasks like column store for big data and analytics. Then it's truly open because it's not owned by a big corporation. There's no risk of a licensing surprise down the road. That's, in my opinion, that's probably the best part about that one. And even though I'm already using MySQL, I could easily switch to Maria in about 5 minutes. They're just dropping replacements. Don't have to change the code. So I had a note I was looking at that I should check out Super Design Dev for UI. Can you explain to me what that does and how it's different from other UI tools? BRB. So super design dev usually refers to a specific ecosystem of tools. It's been getting more popular this year. The main ones are super design tokens or Supabase UI ecosystem. So these are all okay. These are all through Supabase. I see. It's like a design feature through Supabase. It must be. These tools can automate the look and feel of the app so it looks professional right out of the box. So it generates the code for you based on a design, which sounds exactly what like Claude Design or Google Stitch did when I used those. Uses smart tokens that update your whole app instantly if you change a brand color. The integration often connects directly to your backend like Supabase, so the UI knows how to show your data. Okay, that's why it's through Supabase, so it would go on the actual database. That makes sense. Or it's making more sense. For consistency, it uses math-based algorithms to ensure every screen looks perfectly aligned. Sounds like the main reason I would want to implement something like this is if I ever bring on another developer to help with this project, this system makes it so they're not going to break the design because the rules are going to be baked into the code. But I guess I thought that was what was already the case with the way I did it with Claude Design. Dark mode in one click. Pretty much already doing that with Claude too, so. Alright. Should be fixed. Check it out. Yes, it is. Didn't even have to refresh. Alright, so now we got Investor's Edge, Time Machine, and Tools. And I like Investor's Edge is like technical analysis. I'm also going to add a fundamental analysis. And maybe even I could find something else like sentiment analysis or something like that. But basically, I should put all these in like games or skill tree games, and then Time Machine. I could make more. I'm starting to see how the layout of this. I can make it bigger and better without having like a really like congested, no pun intended, congested menu. Like keep the menu like really lean. So now I go to tools. This is awesome. Got foundations, hidden cost, mindset, and I'll just keep building this out till it's better and better. More tools is better. Awesome. So everything looks good with that. Just gonna do a commit. Oh, it already got committed. Awesome. Not pushed, so I just gotta push it. Push to GitHub. I just checked it out on the site. Everything looks good. And I just pushed to GitHub. Let me know if you think I should do a quick Codex audit based on what we've just done right now. So I'm going to give this audit just a Codex in the chat window. So someone was saying I should look into Levitas. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but they're saying it's a derivatives API. So that would make sense. I'm doing a investing education site. Let me know, how this might help that. And I was kind of wondering if it's necessary to even have an API for that, if that could just be like a skill in Claude Code or something like that. Levitas. Oh, it's just for crypto. Still, that's cool, because I'm guessing if it's for crypto, it's free. Institutional grade analytics API. Options flow, funding rates, liquidations. So this is like the smart money. So for like stocks, I got the. Well, I haven't built it on this site yet, but I want to do the politician money tracker, and I want to do the like CEO insider tracker. Then this would be like the crypto version of that. Spell that one right. Looks like that audit is done. Awesome. No big high findings, just a few mediums and low. Still good to know. Should at least be fixing the medium. Yeah, let's go ahead and write the prompt now, and then I'll run the fixer right now. That's awesome. Didn't really find bugs, but it found like problem with the way one of the tools kind of frames the math is what I took from what it found. Always seem to find something whenever I do a Codex audit that wasn't picked up with Claude. All right, committing right now, and then I'll push. What do you think are the next steps? I think that was all that we had lined up for features to add to the actual app. So let me know what you think is next. I think it's going to be collect some more marketing material. If you're just tuning in, you know it's time to win. We got some features I just added to the app that came from marketing patterns that I found. Those data collected in my marketing dashboard that I'm building. And now that I added these features, can create new marketing content for these features and then get data on that marketing content. So then I can help me to make my marketing better. So I get more marketing data to find new features. And that is the loop. Push to GitHub. All right, BRB. Let's do number one, SEO discoverability. And it sounds like, is this something like I do once and then it automatically adds it for each new tool? Or is it something I just have to remember to do every time I add a tool or a feature? Yes, this is a good all build once, so go ahead and write the prompt and I will build it. Before I run this prompt, I noticed after I pushed last time, there's the option there in Claude Code that says git checkout next dash env.d.ts. This is new to me. What is this, and is it something I should click to have it do it? I have another note to check out. Git Guardian. Can you explain what is Git Guardian? Oh, this is cool. So Git Guardian is basically like sounds like an extra step to secure your security information like API keys. They have this feature called honey tokens, and it places fake API keys in the code. So basically, that way, if a hacker steals your code, then they're most likely going to think that's a real key and they're going to try to use it. And then I'll get an alert from Git Guardian, and it'll even tell me where the hacker is located. Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so this is done. All right, so we got the test. Make sure it worked. Don't see it, so this one's gonna need a screenshot. So visually, everything still looks good. I was looking over at the source stuff, and I did not see what you were telling me to look for. So I'm going to paste a screenshot. Maybe I'm just missing it. Let me know if you see it. Would it be easier? Could you just write a prompt for Claude to have it check to make sure this is all right? All right, it says no discrepancies versus expected. Every page has the right number of blocks. So another thing I noticed, it gave me a list of looks like URLs that I need to add to Google's rich results test. So not 100% sure what that is, but I think that was what I just recently set up for what's it called, like a Google I can't remember the name exactly, but let me know about this. It sounds like this is something I need to manually do, and I can't do it through Claude Code. So I'll do that after the stream. So when I tell you that the stream is done, remind me to do that. And for right now, what do you recommend to do next? Welcome back to the chat. Good to see you again. Thank you for referring to me as a coder programmer. I feel like I've made a lot of progress, And like a couple months ago, I never would have considered myself that, but everything's going together, and I'm still learning. But I can definitely say I got the basics down. I'm making progress, and I'm shipping awesome things, and I keep getting better and better and learning new things. And it's like the more I build, the more I realize I can build even more. And applying this to like business and marketing is like the missing link. How is needed? How is the progress? I would say it's very good. Let me show you the kind of the progress I've made today. Was this is the main app. So like you can go to the dashboard. Basically, I just launched the MVP for this about 2 weeks ago. This dashboard looked pretty bad, didn't have like this much info. The design was pretty bad. I upgraded the design. I learned Claude design. So I started doing some, I only had the Investor's Edge and the Time Machine. I started doing these tools. And this came from building the marketing dashboard, which I'll be going back to soon. So when I've been building out the marketing dashboard, and it's been collecting marketing information. And through that marketing information I've been collecting, I've set it up so it can search and find patterns in what people, people's major pain points. So I've been taking those pain points and building those out into features to solve their pain points. So then that goes into marketing with SEO for each feature and things like that, which is what I just implemented, was like something that automatically applies the SEO for each different feature. And now that I've done these, I can go back and update the marketing dashboard that I've created these new features, and then it can start creating content for marketing based on these new features I created. So I can put this content out, and then that'll give me more data on each different feature. Can send traffic to these features, and I also updated the analytics so that it can track this stuff. So I'm seeing how this all really feeds into a loop, to where the marketing content gives me more info to make the app better, which gives me more info to do marketing content, and it just keeps getting better and better. So I can build out like a whole system. Still pretty manual right now, but the more it gets better, the more I can automate it. And this is going to be, let's see, so this is the app right here, and this is in next.js, I believe the language is. And then the this marketing dashboard is in Python. I also built out, or started building out, a personal brand dashboard that's also using next.js. So I want to try building out different marketing dashboards with different languages, just kind of get a better idea of like the differences between them. And then, over time I'll get better and better at building out these like marketing features and everything, and make my products better. So yeah, thank you for stopping in, and it's another win. So yes, I would agree. Entrepreneurship with the power of coding. And you're recommending as a point to sell, if I'm trying to sell things. Yes, so this is the first Stackivate is the first app that, the first thing I'm selling on this journey. And I've already got like Stripe hooked up to take payments for the paid tier. Recommend making websites for store/shops. Since I am already learning so much so fast. So it sounds like you're saying like that would be different from this. Like make websites for like a store, like kind of like a physical store, like a brick and mortar it's called, I guess. Or even like it could even be like a Shopify shop or something. So like just trying to make websites for those kind of things will, I think the main thing it'll do is it'll really upgrade my design skills. Because I think I would have to say out of all the skills I've kind of been like implementing, I think design is like the one where I could make the most progress on and get better at. So thank you for that suggestion. I'm gonna actually look into that right now. But yeah, I just had to take that note for Git Guardian. And then I'll look into this. Someone from the chat recommended that I look into making websites for stores and shops. And basically they're saying that making websites for local businesses is probably the hardest and most important thing for websites. So it sounds like they're mainly recommending this because of the design aspect. And like I could apply this even to like the app I'm building right now. I know that would probably help a lot. Not probably, but definitely. Anyways, I guess kind of give me some advice. Do you feel like is there more to this that I'm not seeing, stuff like that, and just kind of an overview of like ways this would help, the main ways? Saying it also helps to design for immediate credibility. This is not something I was aware of before. When a stranger lands on a local shop site, you have about 2 seconds to prove the business isn't a scam. And that's going to be, it sounds like a lot of like, you know, kind of like subconscious stuff when a person looks at a site that they just kind of pick up on subconsciously within like 2 seconds, whether the site looks legit or not. But that's definitely something I would want for when people come to this site. Forces me to stop thinking like a coder and thinking more like a user. $70 to 80% of local traffic is on a phone. Needs to be perfect on a phone, not just a monitor. That makes sense. Thank you. That's a good way to put it. If it looks edgy and not nice, it's very avoidable. But if I work on design to make it polished, it would also attract more people into it instead of avoidance of edginess. Definitely. Definitely want to do this. I'm thinking of like, you know, maybe like there's a way I can practice this because like I don't have any stores other than this. Like this is the first app I'm doing, but I'm just thinking of a way to practice this. Like I could practice it, I guess, on this or just make up some like, you know, fake stores and just kind of build it out and have kind of AI guide me. But I'm definitely looking. This is like major. Thank you for coming in with this info because I feel like I was kind of not looking into this enough. And it's perfect timing because I just finished some features that I was doing. So you developed a website, and one key thing which got your class the first place was making resolution differences for each device. Resolution differences for... Okay, so that would be for like different devices like mobile and tablet and PC, but I just need to look into what resolution differences are once I'm done reading this stuff. The real magic of building for shops isn't the design, it's the information architecture. So right now I can start, for practice, start studying like the Apple site or a local high-end boutique. Watch for how they use negative space, how they never leave more than two colors competing for your attention. The buy button's always the most obvious thing on the page. So an example would be Twitch, where the screen adjusts to each device separately. And I believe like I already have that. I just didn't know it as so like as that like label or that term. So basically I don't have my phone hooked up for the stream, but like this is kind of like, okay, so this kind of goes to mobile. And then there's like this hamburger menu. So like on mobile, then it would, you know, kind of blur out the background and focus on the menu. But then when I look at like on a tablet or like right now PC, then this is what I see. Awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, I've already got that part, but this is major. Because right now, I've definitely had a few people, more than a few people, say even though I put some time in the design, that it could look a lot better. And that's just not for like it looking better, but also for people being able to navigate to like the buy button easier, it sounds like. Looks good, just kind of empty from a user standpoint. Um, so this one probably I'm guessing more empty because I'm just starting to add these tools, and I'll be adding more, and I've only got like 5 so far. But what do you think of like the dashboard or like this is the first kind of like skill tree game that I built. Awesome. Like I think my main free tier feature, Time Machine, had the most difficulty with this one for making it good for mobile. It used to be that the chart was too big and you couldn't see scrolling down this stuff, but definitely keep learning and keep getting better. That is awesome. Let's see. All right, where was that now? So and do you have a background in just design and coding and programming, or do you also have a marketing background? What kind of projects do you like to build? That's kind of what I'm mainly interested in. Is like what niches like other people are working in. Sounds like a lot of developers that I've talked to aren't really doing like the kind of like business projects I'm doing. They're doing more like solutions for like other developers and solutions for um, people that are building kind of like security stuff and encryption stuff and things like that. So you don't have a background. Um, I would say you definitely know more than me in the design stuff. So definitely I would say you have a design background somewhat, and you make fake businesses to experience or for experience. That's cool. So are you thinking of like starting your own business or something like that? If so, let me know. I can definitely help you with any kind of marketing strategy. Let me know, what kind of niche you're looking to get into, and maybe if you have any questions on what you don't understand, can definitely help you with the plan. Let's start with option A. Go ahead and create the prompt unless you have any more questions for me. So you like doing the 3D prints, the 3D printer. That's cool. One of my friends has been into that. And yeah, I've seen him build like he was building like dinosaurs and stuff. Like sounds like there's a lot you can do. I saw people building like kind of like gear systems and things like that. So you're saying if I want to post the website for free, I should start with GitHub, then move to more official business stuff. So yeah, I'm on GitHub, and I already like it's live. Like I already got the domain, already got the LLC, everything like that set up for the business plan, everything like that. EIN, biz bank account. So I think that's kind of what you mean by more official business stuff. And technically it's like on the cloud. I've done a lot of security stuff, and mostly what I understand, the database I'm using, that's handling its own security for the database, and the Stripe for payments is handling the payment security. So you have an EIN, just not an actual company. So I didn't even think that was possible. I thought you had to have because like I've registered over the past maybe 10 or 15 years, probably like, I don't know, 5 to 7 different companies. And each time I do that to get the EIN, I have to give information about what the company is. So I guess it might be possible. I've just never done it in that order where I got the EIN without the company. Maybe you could do that for like, if you're like, what's it called? Like a solo. But I've done that before with, what do you call it? If you don't have an actual business. The only issue with that, I would say, is, if you're going to be selling something, I would highly recommend that you get at least an LLC, limited liability. So that way, if, it just separates your assets. And even if you don't have assets, like, then one day in the future when you do, even if it comes through with the company you're building, you start paying yourself and you start, you buy a car or something like that. It separates your assets from your business. So if anything happens with the business, your liability is limited to the business. And I would recommend, what was I going to say? I would recommend doing that with, with the EIN. So like, basically, I'm guessing you'd probably be able to get the EIN. If you already have it, maybe you can like add the LLC to it. And then get your own business bank account. All you need is the name of the business and the EIN. And then you can get like a free, there's a ton of it. It didn't even used to be like this, like maybe 7 years ago to 5 years ago. It was more difficult to get a business bank account for like something you're doing. You had to like actually go into a branch and like do a lot of stuff like that. But now you can just do it online. It's super easy. And make sure that you're going to be putting money from your pocket or your bank account in the business bank account that you get. But when you're using your business bank account, only use it for business and only use it for that specific business that's tied to that bank account. Otherwise, that can kind of like break your limited liability that comes through the LLC. This one's gonna be Claude Code. I don't think I need a plan mode. No, I don't need plan mode for this. And then even if you want to start doing multiple businesses, can look into doing a shell company. I would recommend, can look into certain states that have different business. Registering a business is different cost. Renewing the business, you have to pay like a small fee, usually once a year, to renew it. Taxes are different in each state, so definitely check your state. Maybe you're in a state where costs a lot to do a business in that state. And if that's the case, there's registered agent services that you can use that will let you start a business in a state that is more friendly to doing business, especially with cost and stuff. So 3 powerful pieces of advice. Protect your momentum. Don't chase the big goal directly. Go in short bursts. So I think what you mean is maybe don't try to build like everything at once. Build like one feature at a time and make sure it's working, and then like build on top of that. I know some people kind of like just try to build the whole thing at once. Okay, step by step, definitely doing that to get more better quality code. Making sure everything's like built on a solid foundation, because I guess if you got a lot of problems and then you build on top of it, then the next thing is just going to have problems. And then you're saying recognize and adapt when I'm solving the wrong problem, and pay attention to what frustrates people the most. So for these 2 things, I guess, what would you recommend for how to notice this stuff? I think the best thing that I can definitely accept failure and adjust patience. Kind of my motto is like, still work on one step at a time, but also build fast, fail fast. When I first started out, I was, I think, too focused on being perfect, and it was like slowing me down a lot. Now I'm kind of like building out like the main feature, and then I just kind of like ignore little errors and stuff like that until I have it all built. Then I kind of go down and like, one by one find the errors, get user input, and study error codes that block you. Okay, so user input is kind of like, I think the main thing is going to be analytics. So I can see, I think it's called a heat map. So you can see how like people are using the site, what parts they're using the most, what parts are making them like leave the site, things like that. Also, just marketing helps with that a ton, I think. I can put out marketing content and I can see what features on market people are interacting with more. And I can put links in the marketing content, so that like, say if I put out content for like a tool I just built, and I can embed it with a link, so if somebody clicks that link to check out the site from that marketing piece of content, then I'll know essentially like which piece of content sent them to the site. But if you have any more advice on how to get user input, especially from like coding, how like developers kind of build that into the code, something I didn't already bring up, I'll definitely appreciate that. And for 3D prints, there's definitely like a ton. I think I think that industry, I think, will like keep growing. So I don't know if like, what kind of sub niche you're getting into, but I would say niche down as much as you can at first and start with like a very, very simple, like, do some market research, find like a very narrow niche, like find a blue ocean strategy. That's where you have like, less competition. Find maybe like a red ocean strategy where there's like high demand and a lot of competition, and then find a way to maybe niche down from there, so you're like more specific from something that's already got a lot of potential, like say 3D printing, I don't know, a watch, like a simple watch. And then you could have like 3D printing watches for like um a certain type of like athlete or something. But that, I think, would be my best advice for you to get started with that, finding the right niche and then doing research on that actual like market, that get a customer avatar, and find out more about that, research that customer, how they talk about their problems and their pain points, and then create marketing content that is specific to that customer avatar. All right, so looks like this one is done. Gonna paste this back into Claude. Thank you for that. Be versatile, think long term, definitely stay consistent, but don't burn yourself out. That is probably the most difficult one to do. But I think a big part of that comes to working on a business that you enjoy. And I enjoy building. I enjoy this a lot more than I would have thought from getting into it. And I know a lot of people get into certain business ideas because they know somebody else that's making a lot of money doing it, but they don't really, it's not really a passion of theirs. So definitely, I think working on something you're passionate about is the key to being able to work more and avoid burnout. Well, I would have to say, I think I'm going to call it early today. Usually I do at least 4 hours, but I had a long weekend. I'm feeling kind of tired, and looks like this is kind of the end of building for this before I go back and open up the marketing dashboard, and that's going to be a whole nother process. And I would have to say thanks to everybody for joining in. It's always time to win. Make sure you like if you haven't already, and subscribe too, so you can always see something new. And I think give thanks for everything you do, health and strength, length of days. Keep it positive, as I always say, and you know I'll be back on another day. So that's it for now. I'm out. Be back tomorrow, and want to work more, just mainly focus on building out more of the marketing dashboard. I got the account set up finally, so I can actually start like posting the marketing content. So that's going to be awesome. I'll get into that too. So thanks.